She's not a rapper who talks about being separated from the general public. She's a rapper who talks about being a hoe. And a large portion of the general public is a hoe. I rebuke gonorrhea in the name of Jesus until the day that I meet him. Period. I'm not putting that on my lips. I'm not putting coochie lips because I'm a queen. I am the coochie lips. Why would I put that on my lips? But YouTube, what's up, baby? It's your favorite antisocial extrovert, your favorite with Aqua, Black Boy, Blake, Mother Loving Dupree, and welcome back to the Diary of Dupree. If you are not new, if you're new, welcome to my channel. I just do a lot of music reviews, music-based or entertainment-based content, and we just here to have a good time, release the stresses from the mind, and just get into what these artists are trying or are succeeding in giving us, whether that be an album, a visual. In today's case, we got lip gloss and whiskey. So it's going to be a very, very interesting video because we are talking about Sexyy Red's NSFW lip gloss line, which is not new, by the way. And Beyonce selling us another product for the third time this year, I want to say. Let's get into it because if I'm being honest, I think Sexyy might have Beyonce beat when it comes to one little thing. Boom. Before we get into the video today, I want to say thank you all so much for the support that you are giving me on TikTok. I went to go see Jhene Aiko Tuesday last week in Minneapolis, not Minneapolis, as y'all are dragging me in the comments in Minnesota. And Minnesota is fucking with the kid. They corrected me like crazy. But y'all like me. I met some really nice people out there at the concert. Jhene Aiko is an amazing artist. She is one of the contemporary R&B icons in the making, for sure. I knew every word to every single track that she chose to sing. And I want to give a shout out to Tink, Chicago Royalty, and Coi Leray, who all had amazing performances. And just last Sunday, I believe, the Sunday before last, I saw SWV, Maya, 702, and Escape, and Total. And I'm just going to say it right here, right now. When it comes to touring, the women are taking it. When it comes to this touring shit, the women know how to put on a good show. And I say that all that to wrap it up in a bow because as we know, artists got to make money. Just because you're a celebrity does not mean you're immune from the the consequences of living in a country with inflation. You got to make money. So either you're going to tour, you're going to sell some products, you're going to sell some merch, you're going to do some venture deals, try to secure some brand deals, get on a TV show. And I think that is what Beyonce is doing with this Sir Davis whiskey, as most people already know by now because I've been late, because I've been busy, I know I've been away. Beyonce is putting out a Sir Davis whiskey dedicated to her great-grandfather, who was a moonshiner. And if I'm being honest, I feel like this is the product that's going to go hand in hand with Cowboy Carter, just as the Renaissance album and the Renaissance era went hand in hand with the Renaissance perfume. And the reason why people believe are kind of over Beyonce selling products is because she's giving them back to back to back. Now, what do my girls say about albums?
People don't make albums anymore. They don't make albums. They just try to sell a bunch of little quick singles and they burn out and they put out a new one and they burn out and they put out a new one. People don't even listen to a body of work anymore.
Exactly. I think my girl needs to apply that to the products that she's selling. Give us time to save our coin because honestly, there is not a Beyonce product that she has released within the last 5 or maybe 10 years that is less than $20. And this new generation, we can't find a job. Our resumes are long and lengthy, but we can't find work. The work we do find, we're extremely underpaid. We cannot make rent. We can barely afford groceries. Like having a full cart these days is a fantasy, for myself included. I'm just gonna be completely honest. I have not filled up my damn tank since 2020. Like I haven't had a full tank of gas for my Honda Accord, mind you, since 2022. And before 2022, I had a Ford Focus, but I was in college and I still couldn't fill that mug up unless I got a Cash App request verified from a family member. And that was probably twice a year, birthday and Christmas. So with that being said, I really got to pinch my coin and I'm really trying to get to where Beyonce is at. So when you're trying to get to where Beyonce is at, whether that be her hustle, whether that be her financial status, whether that be her placement as an artist, you have to cut back on a lot of the things that you would normally splurge on, like I said, Sir Davis whiskey, like I said, Ivy Park, like I said, Renaissance perfume. Not to say that these products are not of quality, but I think Beyonce has to focus on becoming more relatable, first of all. That's how products sell more. That's why Rihanna is so successful and the Kardashians are so successful at selling products outside of their main source of income, i.e., music and touring, i.e., reality TV. Beyonce needs to work on that relatability. She does have that Sade effect, and she only comes out when it's time to handle business. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but it could be bad for business outside of the main source of income, which for her is music and touring. But not only that, Beyonce has to be more mindful of her average supporter's income. It's probably only making about 40 to 50,000, maybe 60. That is the average supporter of Beyonce's income. And honestly, that's not a lot. That's not a lot of money. That's about $3,333 a month on paper. After taxes, you're probably only seeing about $2,900 a month. The average rent these days in the hoodest of places, is about $1,200 a month, right? So, do I have the money to spend on Sir Davis whiskey in my savings account if I'm so lucky? But do I want to spend it on that? Or do I want to spend that $89 plus tax on studio time for myself? Or do I want to spend that $89 plus tax on helping my grandparent out? Do I want to spend that money on investing into my Instagram ads? Do I want to spend that on my content? Because I'm trying to get to where Beyonce is at. I'm 24. By the time Beyonce was 19, she had a couple platinum albums. And yes, times are different, but I feel like I'm behind on where I need to be as an artist. So I'm not giving no $89 to go spend on whiskey, and I don't even drink like that. Now, obviously, there is a niche for whiskey in general. There's going to be people who will buy the Beyonce whiskey. And I just want to say, baby, you might have almost had me had you showed up to DNC. And TMZ, you on my shit list because you had all of Chicago staying up to 12 and 1 a.m. on a random ass Thursday night just to see if Beyonce was going to pop up. She did not pop up. TMZ, that's on you. B probably looking at the notification like, girl, I ain't over there. I'm in the Hamptons or some shit. Anyways, I say all that to say, this is the eau de parfum to Cowboy Carter as it was to Renaissance. And if we're being quite honest, Cowboy Carter did not have the cultural impact that Renaissance did. So I'm not expecting a high profit or any records broken with this Sir Davis whiskey. Now, we do have Sacred to talk about, and Sacred is honestly Tina Knowles' brand. I feel like Beyonce put her name on it to give her mother that gift that she always wanted, which was hair care products known to the world. It's no secret Tina was doing hair years before Beyonce was thought of and put food on the table for years before Beyonce and Solange saw fame. And I feel like Tina really cared about Sacred a little bit more than Beyonce because hair is music to what music is to Beyonce as it is to Tina Knowles. You see most of the marketing, the videos on YouTube, the one-on-one interactions are with Tina Knowles because, let's be honest, that's Tina Knowles' brand. Sacred is Tina's brand. Beyonce put her name on it to give Tina that platform, to give Miss Knowles that exposure, to give Miss Knowles that numbers. I'm 9 times out of 10 because Matthew Knowles owns Destiny Child. Tina needs something, or deserves something, I should say, that she could own from the Beyonce impact, and that was Sacred. And that's why I believe Sacred is doing so well, because Tina has made it a very relatable product for all races and identities. This is Tina putting in that groundwork because it's her brand. And we're gonna chill out Beyonce. Beyonce is always gonna have an A for today in this classroom. I'm not buying no whiskey because I don't drink like that. I wouldn't even know how to review a whiskey, so I'm not buying that shit. However, another person who is probably going to be more successful with their sales, if I'm being honest, is Sexyy Red. Sexyy Red is relaunching, I say this strongly and boldly, relaunching her NSFW lip gloss line, because if the girls who know, like I knew about Sexyy Red way back in 2018 when she first went viral, and then didn't hear from her for years later. And I knew about the lip gloss line, and there was like chlamydia, gonorrhea, and STI, and period blood. Like those were the names of her first lip gloss line. And I just want to say, if y'all still falling for rage bait marketing and shock value marketing in 2024, after all of the knowledge that is in our cell phones, the joke is on you. She is going to make capital. Artists, every time they post to make money. No matter how relatable the post may seem, no matter how many people they talk to on live, no matter how many random story times they post or anything that doesn't have to do directly with the merchandise or touring on the music, they're posting to make some coin. because they know somebody gonna send a rose. They know somebody's gonna send a cowboy mustache. Somebody's going to spend money on them just for being them. That's why they post. I truly believe a lot more artists would be a lot more private about their lives if they could make money being private. But the money's in the public, and the money's in the relatability. That's just what it is. Um, so Sexyy Red posting these lip glosses about to sell them. It's shock value marketing. It's rage bait. It's nothing new. This is not her first time selling lip glosses. Like, she's been seen and heard in multiple interviews talking about how she sold out of her first line, which had way raunchier names. And my thing is this, right? There's power in the tongue. There's power in brand. There's power in PR. There's power in marketing. That's why I don't consume products like Liquid Death. I don't give a fuck if it's water or not. I'm not drinking nothing that says Liquid Death. I'm not drinking nothing that says Monster. I barely like to drink something that says Arizona, because Arizona is a red state, and we, being black and queer, we ain't too accepted over there. So I'm definitely not gonna put something on my lips that says gonorrhea. I rebuke gonorrhea in the name of Jesus until the day that I meet him. Period. I'm not putting that on my lips. I'm not putting coochie lips because I'm a queen. I am the coochie lips. Why would I put that on my lips? But people are gonna buy it. And it's not going to be people whose frontal lobe is fully developed. And it's a lot of them out in this world. And I do believe she's going to give us a low amount of product to buy. So she's going to sell out quickly. So she can say that she sold out quickly. I forgot what is that called in marketing. But she's going to do that. And she's probably going to have a relaunch right before Christmas so y'all can buy them again. Because y'all going to buy them, do reviews from the TikTok girlies to the Instagram girlies to the YouTube girlies. And then she's going to use that money and relaunch again and again and again and again and again and again. And I think Sexyy Red at this moment is a little bit more relatable to Beyonce because she caters to low income girlies. Sexyy Red, yes, she has chains, she wears necklaces and stuff, but she's not a rapper who talks about being rich. She's not a rapper who talks about being separated from the general public. She's a rapper who talks about being a hoe. And a large portion of the general public is a hoe. So her lip gloss is gonna go gold in some households. It just is what it is. And on that note, I think Sexyy Red may have Beyonce beat when it comes to these next couple releases is lip gloss and whiskey. It just is what it is. Now, if you ask me who would I go see in the show and whose music would I buy, Beyonce to the day I expire, to the day that I die. But when it comes to relatability outside of music and touring, B struggles with that. And honestly, Beyonce don't need to sell nothing else. At least to my knowledge. I'm not pocket watching, but I'm pretty sure if she wanted to retire, she could 3 weeks ago and be fine, and her children be fine, and her grandchildren be fine. I think that Beyonce truly wants to leave a legacy outside of music because look at who she's married to. Jay-Z had Rockaware, Jay-Z had Duce, Jay-Z had his label, his management, Rock Nation, and those have all been successful products. But it's easier for a man to do anything in this world than it is for a woman, regardless of race and income. So it's easier for him to be more relatable because he's a man. Unfortunately, that is messed up. But I think Beyonce just needs to keep going, girl. F what I say. Do what you do, but space out that product release a little bit more. Give us some time to save our coins. Let the economy get a little bit better, or make your products at a lower price range. I remember back in the day, she used to talk about giving us $20 tickets to concerts. I cannot even afford to buy a Stacey Adams live ticket for $20, let alone a Beyonce ticket. And honestly, I believe she's at a point in her career where she could do that and still be okay if she wants to. But like I said, both of them artists making more money than me. They're probably never going to see this video, but it's my mother loving channel and I'm going to say what I want to say and do what I want to do. With that being said, I have a Tinashe album review coming out tomorrow. Look forward to that. I'm finally done with my show, Don Trejo Who Kisses C. So we about to get a lot more content between podcasts and YouTubes, and we'll have to drop some music, baby. But I thank everybody who watched for supporting me as always. Peace and blessings, baby.